So that was the Indian Prime Minister as he announced that the lockdown has been extended till 3rd of May. For more details, let's quickly go back to our political editor, Kartikeya Sharma. Kartikeya, we were discussing the very significant, crucial issue of the migrant labourers. There's also a lot of anger within the masses regarding this extension. At this point, it's also important to emphasize on how law enforcement is going to play a very crucial role, because we cannot overlook what happened to migrant labourers in Surat, or even what happened to the police personnel in Punjab just a few days ago.
See, there are 720 districts in India. Out of the 720 districts, half of them do not have any case of COVID-19. Now, the request had come from the industry and the agriculture sector that these areas where there is not a single case of COVID-19, limited manufacturing facilities, limited agricultural activities, limited activities in 16 areas should be allowed. Now, these are the requests which are pending with the Prime Minister. What the Prime Minister has done is that he has accommodated all those concerns by saying that till 20th of April, they are going to evaluate all these areas. And if they find that there is no hotspot developing, or there is no chance of hotspot developing, then they would allow some sort of business activities to take place. Now, there can be a graded response. Now, one scheme which the government has, they have not announced as of now, is to divide the country into red, orange and green districts. Now, that messaging has been very, very clear that they would be evaluating the areas. Now, once that is in place, which means the division of countries into various hotspots, then you can segregate those areas, and the areas which have done well can be allowed to function properly. And the Prime Minister had very categorically hinted that you need to implement the lockdown. You need to ensure that the hotspots do not get up. You need to ensure that the new hotspots do not develop, and then relaxation will come into force post 20th of April. But Prime Minister was also categorical. He said we will withdraw the relaxation. We will do that in case we find that the rules are not being adhered to. That is why the most important part of the Prime Minister's speech was that the key to our success is social distancing into lockdown. He has not focused on the issue of testing the way South Korea and other areas of the world had done so, because they have limited population. Prime Minister has taken a different path. He has said that lockdown and social distancing is working in India. And I think that's an important part of his speech, which means that any future mitigation or the way we are going to address this pandemic is through social distancing and lockdown. But the Prime Minister has said that in meantime, they are going to ensure that the people who are part of the tertiary sector, daily wage labor, they will be taken care of.
Since you just mentioned that, it's important to touch upon the economic aspect of his speech. Kartikeya, many hotspots are also economic growth engines and contribute heavily to the exchequer. Mumbai and Maharashtra being one, which accounts for more than a third of total tax collection in the country. So how is the Indian Prime Minister, how would you analyze his entire touch upon the economy?
See, I would say that in economy he was very categorical. He has addressed the issue of migrant labourers. Prime Minister has said that I am very much aware of the fact that the problem it has created for those who are daily wage workers. So it is for this reason Prime Minister has said that it is in this context that the re-evaluation will take place on 20th of April. And he said that we are trying to ensure that everything is made available to them where they are. And it is for this reason even the Supreme Court modified the COVID-19 testing criteria. They said that the COVID-19 test by the private labs will be free for the poor, which means that it excludes middle class now. So the whole targeting has become poor-centric, and it needs to be poor-centric in a country like India, because you have people who live paycheck to paycheck. You have a segment of population which doesn't even live from one month to another. They actually live and spend on a daily basis. They get up in the morning, they work, they get their paycheck in evening, and they spend the money in cash. And that's the reality in many countries like India. And I think Prime Minister, by saying that, he's trying to target that. And for this reason, the 20th of April is the evaluation date, is very important indeed.
Absolutely, and we will carry on with this discussion. For now, Kartikeya, let me also listen in to what the Indian Prime Minister had to say with regards to the relaxation of the lockdown on 20th April that the government might consider. Let's listen in to Prime Minister's bite over there.
नए हॉटस्पॉट्स का बनना हमारे परिश्रम और हमारी तपस्या को और चुनौती देगा, नए संकट पैदा करेगा। इसलिए अगले एक सप्ताह में कोरोना के खिलाफ लड़ाई में कठोरता और ज्यादा बढ़ाई जाएगी। 20 अप्रैल तक हर कस्बे, हर थाने, हर जिले, हर राज्य को बड़ी बारीकी से परखा जाएगा। वहां लॉकडाउन का कितना पालन हो रहा है, उस क्षेत्र ने कोरोना से खुद को कितना बचाया है, इसका मूल्यांकन लगातार किया जाएगा। 20 अप्रैल से कुछ जरूरी गतिविधियों की अनुमति, छूटछाट दी जा सकती है, लेकिन याद रखिए ये अनुमति सशर्त होगी। बाहर निकलने के नियम बहुत सख्त होंगे। लॉकडाउन के नियम अगर टूटते हैं और कोरोना का पैर हमारे इलाके में पड़ता है तो सारी अनुमति तुरंत वापस ले ली जाएगी। जब हमारे यहां कोरोना का एक भी केस नहीं था, उससे पहले ही भारत ने कोरोना प्रभावित देशों से आने वाले यात्रियों की एयरपोर्ट पर स्क्रीनिंग शुरू कर दी थी। कोरोना के मरीज 100 तक पहुंचे, उससे पहले ही भारत ने विदेश से आए हर यात्री के लिए 14 दिन का आइसोलेशन अनिवार्य कर दिया था। भारत ने होलिस्टिक अप्रोच न अपनाई होती, इंटीग्रेटेड अप्रोच न अपनाई होती, समय पर तेज फैसले न लिए होते, तो आज भारत की स्थिति क्या होती, इसकी कल्पना करते ही रुएं खड़े हो जाते हैं। लेकिन बीते दिनों के अनुभवों से ये साफ है कि हमने जो रास्ता चुना है, आज की स्थिति में वही हमारे लिए सही है।